Assalamualaikum and bonjour. My name is Ainul and today it's my turn to tell a little bit story about King Henry IV. Okay, first of all, who is he? Who is this man? Let's get know him well, even a little bit. This is a quick fact about Henry IV. He has been occupied as a king and he's born on 13 December 1553 and died on 14 May 1610. He is originally called Henry of Navarre and got his nickname too, which known as Le Vert Galant, which means the gay old pot. Raised a Protestant, he became heir to the French throne through his marriage to Margaret of Valois, but was challenged during a time of religious strife. Despite converting to Catholicism after becoming King of France in 1589, Henry IV issued the Edict of Nantes to foster religious tolerance. He was killed in Paris, France. Okay, here is the article about his short biography of Henry IV. He is the first Bourbon King of France. Henry IV distinguished himself before his accession to the throne in the Wars of Religion as head of the Huguenots. It was he, in fact, who ended several decades of fighting by abjuring Protestantism. As for his early life, Henry of Navarre parents who became King and Queen of Navarre shortly after Henry was born were of different faiths and exemplified the strife in France between the Huguenots, i.e. Protestants, and Catholics. Although Henry was baptized as a Catholic, he was raised a Protestant following the death of his father in 1562. At age 14, Prince Henry began his military service in an expedition against rebellious Roman Catholics in Navarre, in which the Prince Henry joined himself, which ended in a victory for the Huguenots. Henry distinguished himself, as I mentioned before, and the experience forged a soldierly spirit within him. However, the spread of civil war made him reflect on its disastrous effect on France. Following the death of his mother in June 1572, Henry became a king of Navarre and arranged marriage to Margaret of Valois, as I mentioned in his quick facts, daughter of Henry II and Catherine de Medici, brought Parisian Catholics and visiting Huguenots together in an uneasy standoff. The tension erupted into the full-scale killings of the Saint Bartholomew's Day massacre on August 24, 1572, and Henry escaped death with the help of his wife and his promise to convert to Catholicism. Every time we talk about the King of Henry, we have to know a little bit about the War of the Three Henrys. This war, upon the death of Francois, Duke of Anjou in 1584, Henry of Navarre became heir to the throne of France. He was opposed by the Holy League, made up of Catholic aristocrats and Pope Clement, who excommunicated the French heir from the church. The situation brought about the War of the Three Henrys, pitting Henry of Navarre against King Henry III of France and the staunchly Catholic Henry, Duke of Guise. The name War of the Three Henrys because the Three Henrys itself involved in this war. Okay, here I clip a 2-minute short clip about the history of King Henry IV.
Premier roi de France de la maison de Bourbon, Henri IV, dit le Grand, est le fils de Jeanne d'Albret, reine de Navarre et figure importante du protestantisme français, et d'Antoine de Bourbon, premier prince du sang, catholique. Né à Pau, le jeune Henri passe une partie de sa petite enfance dans la campagne de son pays, au château de Coarraze, avant de rejoindre la cour de France, où son rang l'appelle naturellement. Malgré le désaccord de ses parents sur le choix de sa religion, il est baptisé catholique à sa naissance. Mais, instruit selon les préceptes de la réforme calviniste par sa mère, c'est en huguenot qu'il s'implique dans les premières guerres de religion. À 19 ans, à la mort de sa mère, il devient roi de Navarre et épouse Marguerite de Valois, fille d'Henri II et de Catherine de Médicis. Ce mariage politique est censé favoriser la réconciliation entre catholiques et protestants. Ambition anéantie 6 jours plus tard par le massacre de la Saint-Barthélemy, après lequel Henri de Navarre est contraint d'abjurer. L'avènement d'Henri IV au trône de France survient après l'assassinat d'Henri III, dernier souverain valois. Commence alors pour le roi de France et de Navarre, âgé de 36 ans, une longue reconquête de son royaume pour être reconnu légitime par l'ensemble des partis. Il poursuit la guerre contre la Ligue, se convertit définitivement au catholicisme après 5 changements de religion et signe l'édit de Nantes qui met fin à plus de 3 décennies de guerre de religion. Chef de guerre solide et humain, il aurait lancé ces mots célèbres la veille de la bataille d'Ivry, livrée contre les ligueurs et les Espagnols. Si vos cornettes vous manquent, ralliez-vous à mon panache blanc. Vous le trouverez au chemin de la victoire et de l'honneur. Son union avec Marguerite de France, entachée par quelques aventures et surtout demeurée stérile, est finalement annulée, ce qui lui permet de conclure un nouveau mariage l'année suivante avec Marie de Médicis, fille du grand-duc de Toscane. Celle-ci donne rapidement naissance au dauphin, le futur Louis XIII, puis à 5 autres enfants. Soucieux d'embellir les résidences royales, le souverain mène d'importants travaux au Louvre ou encore à Fontainebleau, ainsi que de nombreux projets d'urbanisme. La fin de son règne est néanmoins marquée par de nouvelles tensions intérieures et extérieures au royaume. Et à l'instar de son prédécesseur, Henri le Grand meurt poignardé par le catholique fanatique François Ravaillac en plein Paris.
And here we are by the end of the video clip just now. It makes sign that my presentation is over. And thank you for being my audience, the only audience I have. And last word is stay at home and stay safe. Merci.